Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. We are in the lovely coastal town of Rockport, Texas. Population 10,070. We're pulling on to the main drag, the center of commerce, Austin Street. Lots of art galleries. We got a bar. We got several bars, restaurants, little t-shirt shops, knick-knack stores, secondhand stores, antique stores, shell shops, souvenir places. They got everything. I forget the one store we used to go into when the kids were younger and get jelly beans. They had really awesome flavored jelly beans. Memories. We're overcast today. It's 70 degrees. They said the sun was going to come out at 9. It didn't. They changed it to 11. It didn't. They changed it to noon. It hasn't. The wind, though, is 15 miles an hour with gusts up to 27 miles an hour. And it's weird that we would have this wind and still have kind of a foggy haze hanging over us. Usually the wind gets rid of that stuff. We're all riding in the truck. We'll be okay. We're going to go right by Rockport Harbor here. There's a lot going on. You know, I had mentioned the other day that harbor leads out to Aransas Bay. That Aransas Bay was 175 square miles. And just out of curiosity, I looked up how big was Copano Bay. Rockport is a peninsula with Aransas Bay on one side and Copano on the other. Copano Bay is 12 miles by 6 miles. So that's about 72 square miles. Is that right? Math is hard, kids. But I thought Copano Bay was bigger than that. It certainly looks bigger. You can see the flags blowing pretty good, actually. There's a Texas Maritime Museum that is free of charge. Really cool place to visit. I don't know if there's a whole lot in there for kids. I guess it depends on your kids. But they'd have fun climbing over the outside stuff. There's a bell in there you can ring. You can go to the top of the little faux lighthouse. So there's a lot of cool stuff in there. If you're an adult and into the maritime stuff or into any type of history, you could spend all day in there. I had a membership there a couple times, and I really enjoyed it. Maybe I need to do that again this summer, just for the free air conditioning, right? Luciano is over here today. I can see him, and it looks like he's eating. And there's two animals on this planet you don't interrupt when they're eating. One is a grizzly bear, and the other is Luciano. So we'll leave him alone. If he sees us and waves hi, we'll stop. But if he's concentrating on the food he just cooked, and I understand that. I mean, a lot of times he's told me he spends, an hour and a half getting a fire going, cooking his food, and he wants to eat, and someone stops and says hello, and I'm like, I'm with you, buddy. I completely get it. I went to take a nap twice yesterday, and I immediately got 2 visitors. So I understand the struggle. But I saw my buddy Robert yesterday. Good morning, Robert. And then another gentleman stopped, and he has a channel here in town, Awaken, Texas, and it's Awaken, Awaken, Texas. If you want to check that channel out, I'd appreciate it. See if it's for you. See if you enjoy it. I watched some of the videos last night. What's going on over here today? What do we got? That's the Navigation District office. And it is market days going on here, right in front of the beach. And they've got food and items for sale and crafts and live music. It's the third Saturday, then it usually runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday of every month here in Rockport. And then it kind of travels to other areas on other set dates. So it's actually a pretty good time. I think we're going to head over to, let me see, where do we want to go? We'll cut through Fulton, population 1,523, which is pretty neat. I like Fulton. You want to hear a joke about a stone? Never mind, I'll just skip that one. That's a stone joke for you. I wanted to tell you what I did a few nights ago. My buddy Pat had his lot rented out, and then he let me know it was okay to go back. And it was late at night, and I got back from driving people around. And I pulled up like I always do. And as I'm backing up, something doesn't just quite look right. So I kind of stop. I check my left mirror, and I check my right mirror, and check my backup camera. And it's pretty dark, and I'm like, okay. There's nothing behind me. I thought for a second I saw something. I back up, and when the people left the property, like you're supposed to, they put the chain back across the lot, and that's what they're supposed to do. That's they didn't do anything wrong, but I didn't even notice the chain, and the chain has reflectors on it. Like it couldn't be more obvious that there's a chain there, and I backed up and popped the chain. But fortunately, Pat told me I just pulled the eye hole out that holds the chain. So no damage other than to my ego. And it's just stupidity. Yeah, stupidity and lack of sleep on my part. I do want to drive down the main drag here because I'm kind of curious about gas prices. I noticed yesterday that gas was still at $2.36 a gallon at the H-E-B and the Walmart, and it's been like that for a week, and it's just weird that it stayed that way for a week. It usually goes up and down every day or two by a few cents or sometimes even 30 cents. So I'm just curious today if it's still going to be $2.36 a gallon. When I'm not running over my friend's property, I have to put gas in my truck. Speaking of putting gas in my truck, I got to thank Matthew. My buddy Matthew sent me a Venmo. So Matthew, thank you very much. That money's going to go for gas and goat food. And I also need to thank my buddy Sebastian. Also sent me a gift through Cash App. So, Sebastian, thank you very much, friend. That money you sent, that's all going to goat food. Yeah, these goats eat a lot. But Matthew and Sebastian, thank you very much, guys. I usually go right along the water. It's actually weird to be driving this way because this is kind of the stretch where all the commercial businesses are. Every fast food restaurant, not every. I would trade some of these for a Wendy's so I could get a baked potato. It's funny what you miss when you're living in your truck. I live in my truck full time, by the way, and that's enough about that. All right, so we got gas up here at the Walmart and back at the H-E-B, but I was rambling. $3.26 still. What do you call a duck that steals? What do you call a duck that steals? A robber duck. A robber duck. There you go. That one hurt. That was painful. I also got another joke from my friend Mary. If you're overeating, here's a help hotline you can call. If you're eating too much, dial 888-888-8888. I think we got all the jokes out of the way. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you, friend. We're going to head down to Fulton Beach Road. Go along the road for a little bit. See if they cleaned up from Oyster Fest. And also this weekend in Rockport is the Crawfish Festival. And you might want to check that out online. I think you have to book ahead of time on that. You have to reserve a table and get your orders in. And it's an event at Rockport Circle. I talked about it the other day. I'm noticing some houses here on the left that I've never really noticed before. And they are newer. They don't look brand new. But for some reason, it seems whenever I come down here, especially early in the morning or later at night, there's always deer crossing the road here. We have a few herds of deer here in Rockport and Fulton. But I normally see most of them early morning or later in the evening. They get out and about and go grazing. We'll have to see once we get down there. I'm always hesitant coming through here, though. It just seems like they come out of nowhere like little ninjas. I remember really like the first time I ever came to Rockport, I got flown into Houston and packed up a house, and we were moving furniture down here. And that's the first time I ever came to Rockport. And although I really loved the water, I thought the town was kind of beat up, if you will. And it's, you're used to living in more of a suburb area where there's sidewalks everywhere and everyone's grass is cut. And down here it's a little more wide open and there's not sidewalks everywhere. And I've really come to appreciate and love it down here. There's definitely a less is more vibe going on. And but even on Key Allegro, I don't think Key Allegro doesn't have sidewalks, and that's where all the $1 million houses are. Not all the $1 million houses, but quite a few. I was just earlier today when I first got my coffee, parked in Rockport Beach by the fish cleaning stand, which is being replaced. There's a lighthouse in there on the right. Boiling pot on the left. Just sitting there, and dolphins came up, and I'm just watching the dolphins, and I was answering comments and just relaxing and enjoying the day. When I'm done this, I have to get back to the back of the truck and get some clean clothes and put some clean clothes on. I already got washed up pretty good and shaved and all that fun stuff. And I got a coffee and I got a Monster. And I'm trying to find that balance in life where I'm still supposed to be restricted to 15 to 1,800 milliliters of water a day. And yesterday I drank a lot more than that. It was just, it was hotter. I was outside, and it's going to be hard to drink only 1,500 milliliters of water once that Texas heat kicks in. Oh, there's so Jim Bob's Barbecue on the left. That's my friend Edie's son. Check out Jim Bob's Barbecue. My friend Edie will have a table up at Rockport Harbor when they have their nautical flea market, they call it. And I have to show you guys again in an upcoming video, but Edie gave me this really nice, it's an oyster shell, and on the inside of the shell is a painting, and it's the water with a sailboat, and they're really awesome. And it's got a chain on it, and a couple of you people had asked me how to get them, but I know she'll be have her own table at the nautical flea market. And during Oyster Fest, she had some hanging up at Jim Bob's Barbecue, and I'm going to have to check with her and see if they're always going to be there. So if you go to Jim Bob's, you can see some of them, but I need to check with her first and see if that's the case. But yeah, they were awesome, and each one is unique. It's done by hand, so absolutely beautiful. It's actually kids at the playground here in Fulton Harbor. That's pretty cool. We got a wave from that dude. Cool. Someone waved hello. It's always nice. This is right where the Oyster Fest was. And when we were in this exact spot last week, we were kind of behind all the big tents they had set up. I didn't know who it was, but someone posted photos of Fulton Pier here. And they had caught some big fish overnight. I guess it was just last night. But it was in a public group. They posted photos on the Facebook page. So it's always nice to see people catching fish. You can look at that wind blowing southwest. When the wind's coming from the south, it's usually warm. And when it's coming from the north, it's usually cold. Not all the time. And I would say all the time, except we just had a case a week or two ago where we were getting colder weather coming from the south. So it does happen occasionally. My friend Kevin had a good idea in my Port Aransas video. You know, whenever I show the Gulf now, I say the Gulf of Mexico, and then I have to correct myself to the Gulf of America. And Kevin, who has a channel, Hiking with Jackie Boy, link in description, he said we should change it to the Gulf of Adventure America. And Adventure America is our friend Troy's channel. Again, link in description. My buddy Troy and his wife Angela and their dog Motley do a great job with that channel. There's the Fulton Convention Center. Speaking of Mrs. Adventure, there's a book event coming up right there at the convention center I saw within the next month. And I know Angela loves books. Nerd. So I used to love books, but now I just love reading. So I download everything. So I know people mean well. Please don't give me a book. Don't give me a book. I don't have room for it, and they go bad so quickly in this climate because I'm always outside. I do everything on my tablet now, which is great because I can make the font darker, I can make it bigger, I can make my old man adjustments, and it doesn't take up any extra space. I actually use the Libby app a lot, and Libby is part of the, it's the same as going to your library, your local library system actually, and you can request a book and put it on hold, and then when it's your turn, you get the book for, how long, 2 weeks, and you have 2 weeks to read it. You have the option to renew it and return it, except everything's done electronically. And it's actually a pretty good system. They don't always have exactly what I'm looking for, but I think in an entire library system, you can have something that will entertain you. And I really don't have a problem buying digital books either, because they're, guys, to the right it's got to be 30 rosette spoonbills just all took off all at once and did a little circle. Sorry, kids, you missed it. Libby is a really good app. I've noticed the last few years with birds, like all of the seagulls will be conjugating, and then all at once they all take off, do a few laps. The rosette spoonbills do it, the black skimmers do it, the laughing gulls do it. I know there's no such thing as a seagull. Calm down. Google that. There's no such thing as a seagull. Who knew? But it's I swear I'm going to start making myself a retirement schedule. Okay, I have to read an hour a day. I have to get washed. I have to shave. I have to put on clean clothes. YouTube takes up a lot of time. And it is a fun hobby, but some days it's all you get to do, and it's I just saw Pelican land. Sorry, guys. I'm going to call this channel Things I Saw That You Didn't See. We don't even need to drive around. I can just describe it to you, We're just going north on Fulton Beach Road. Probably head up to, Kontiki and then call it a day once we get up there. Lots of people out walking their dogs today. And the sun always looks like it's just going to come out, and it gets a little brighter and then right back into the haze. I really do enjoy just being able to get out and just go for a drive and see what's going on. Yesterday, I kind of parked at Rockport Beach and got set up, and that's what I did. And people stop and say hello, and you watch the birds, and There's people out in boats and wave runners and jet skis and paddle boarders, and it's much better than TV. But what I did do yesterday, I saw clips for this movie, SUSI, Sousa. And if you like John Wick movies, I think you would like this movie. This movie is almost Dolphin. This movie is almost like a Quentin Tarantino movie, but it's like pure action. It's about this older, retired, he's not retired, but Danish soldier who's like John Wick, and he's fighting Nazis, and the whole thing is action. It's really good, and it's like 90 minutes. I think it's on Stars. If you have Stars, watch it. I saw some clips and bought it for $14.99, and I really, really liked it. I think it's got a 7 on Internet Movie Database, and that's a pretty high score, especially for an action movie. And if you don't want to buy it, just on YouTube, there's 4 or 5 longer clips. So you could probably see half the movie on YouTube, and it kind of cuts right to the action scenes. But yeah, it's SUSI, and I had never heard of it. And then I asked my friends, hey, have you seen this? They're like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's right. You live indoors and own a television. Show off. Checked in with my friend Sharon. So Sharon's the one that introduced me to the term sausage on a stick. Whenever Sharon, that's Steve and Sharon, my friends, whenever Sharon goes to Port Aransas, she will stop at the Texan and get her lovely dog, Raina, a sausage on a stick. Well, I've mentioned that to my other friends who have channels, so it's neat when I'm watching a channel like Adventure America or another channel I really like, Ari's World, link in description. They'll mention sausage on a stick. So Sharon with 2 R's, I don't know how famous you knew that saying was now, but it's all over the internet, and it all comes from you. I was watching a live stream with my buddy Donnie Barton's RVing, and in a few weeks, he and his wife are going to stay up here at the HEB cabins, and I hope he's able to get some videos done. I've never seen the inside of an HEB cabin or that area where all the cabins are. I've just been to the front parking lot, but there's an area up here right on the water, kind of by the LBJ Causeway, where HEB has cabins that their employees only can vacation at. So I think that's kind of neat, and I don't know if that's against their rules or not, but I'd be interested to see that. So if you check out Barton's RVing, link in description, hopefully they'll have some of those videos out soon. They just got a new puppy, Eden, that is super cute. So I got to watch that. I watched a live stream this morning. My buddy A Surfer, he does beautiful videos from Hawaii and underwater videos of the waves and the sea turtles and eels and things like that. He also rips cards open. They call it ripping, opening up packs of cards. So again, link in description. I probably have about 30 channels there that I like to watch, and yeah, I try to support the channels that I like. We'll get up here and check on the casita in a little bit. We're just a few minutes away from that, and then we'll wrap it up. Our buddy Rusty 78609 just ordered himself a new 2025 casita. Link in description. And I guess it was 6-7 years ago he got his first casita, and has literally been in 20 different vehicles since. Is that about right for you guys that watch Rusty? Check out these windswept oaks, guys. Those are live oaks, since we're on Live Oak Peninsula. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really prefer making videos on sunny days, but I was tired yesterday and I just needed to get some things done in my truck and make sure I was all caught up on doctor's appointments, scheduled visits, and I want to get past this one on Monday and then maybe go on a little road trip. Need to get out of Rockport so I can get some rest. Get rid of my chauffeuring duties. I think I got a chauffeur tonight. I think I got somewhere around 4 or 5. I haven't been asked yet, but I'll just assume I'm the one doing it. So right up here is Kon-Tiki, guys. And whenever I come by here, there's a casita trailer there. And for about 3 weeks, 2 years ago, the trailer wasn't there. And I was very concerned as to what happened to the trailer and what special event was going on. So we basically have driven the entire Aransas Bay side of the Rockport area through Fulton back into Rockport. And we'll check out Kon-Tiki up here at the end and see what's going on. And will our casita be there? Yes, it is. I can see it. Let me show it to you guys. There it is. Hey guys, I know it's usually longer videos on Saturdays and Sundays. I really appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all your views and support and kind comments, the gifts you send, and even the horrible, horrible dad jokes. Thanks for riding along today. Thanks for watching.